What's up, guys? This is your boy RG Madao, and I got a UU match. That's right, it's not NU, it's UU. Now, looking at my opponent's team, my Hypno-chan is the key to victory because he does carry the Ice Punch, he does carry the Drain Punch, and pretty much everything on his team other than the Manitan and the Spirit Tomb will be dead the minute I hit them with one of them. And on top of that, if I'm able to get the Vocals up, that their Manitan cannot take the Drain Punch, and that Spirit Tomb could probably take 2 hits from Ice Punch. So I'm going to lead off with my Slowbro. My opponent's going to lead off with Spirit Tomb, and we're both going to pull off. We're both going to switch first turn. He goes into his Porygon 2, and I go into my Roserade. Now, I don't know why it's nicknamed Bowser. I think I nicknamed my Alligator Bowser and forgot to change it on Roserade, but whatever. Anyway, I missed my Sleep Powder, unfortunately for me, and my Roserade gets taken out by probably this offensive Porygon 2. So I'm going to send out my Hypno-chan, knowing it's a special wall. And since I am the bulk upset, I will go for the substitute on the switch, predicting him to switch. And he goes on to Spirit Tomb. Now, either Spirit Tomb is a physical attacker or a special attacker. And I know Spirit Tombs like to carry Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak and stuff like that. So I know for a fact he can't really touch me with the physical sets if I go for bulk ups. And on top of that, the special set can't touch me as it is unless he gets Calm Minds up. So right now I'm sitting pretty, and he's going for Shadow Sneak, which tells me that's his best option against my Hypno-chan right now. So that means I can go for 2 bulk ups and set up the sub next turn. If he goes for the Shadow Sneak, since it did not knock out the sub, it won't be doing that much damage. I'll be able to just go for it again. And if he doesn't, well, you know, I got a free sub. So I'm going to go for the sub, and unfortunately for him, he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which means that I block the Will-O-Wisp, my Hypno-chan stays status free, and he's screwed. So he's going to have to switch, knowing that he can't do anything to me and I'm setting up. He goes into his Cobalion. I go for the Ice Punch because I just want to get some damage on that Spirit Tomb. And that was a nice play on his part going into his Cobalion. Now he's going to go for the Volt Switch this turn to knock out my Soap. And he's going to switch out into his Gligar to take the Drain Punch, which is very smart for him. But, you know, at the same time, next turn I can hit that Gligar with the Ice Punch and possibly take it out. However, at the time I realized, wait, they like to carry Flying Gem and like to use Acrobatics, so I don't want to stay in because I need my Hypno-chan to win the game. So I'm going to switch out right now, however, and go into my Slowbro. But he calls this and goes into his Cobalion, which is very nice on his part because now he can hit my Slowbro for the Volt Switch. But I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to go straight back into my Hypno-chan, and because of that, my Hypno-chan can take that Volt Switch very, very nicely. Now, what he should have done was go out into his Gligar right now and just scare me off with the Acrobatics once again. However, he goes into his Darmanitan, and obviously the Flare Blitz can kill me, but I don't think he's going to go for the Flare Blitz. And I was right, he goes for the U-turn, which allows me to set up the sub on whatever he decides to bring in. And once again, he should have went into the Gligar or the Cobalion. Either one would have been able to knock out my sub and stop me from setting up. However, he goes into Spirit Tomb, so that means I can start setting up once again, which is beautiful for me. And now, I'm going to sit there and go for the bulk up as he goes for the Shadow Sneak. Once again, he can't touch me, which is nice and beautiful. You know, you wouldn't think, hey, an RU poke is going crazy in UU, but trust me, guys, if y'all don't realize this, pokes from lower tiers can surprise people who are only using UUs and UU or OUs and OU. There are a lot of surprising pokes who can shine, giving the right team to support. Now, I'm going to go for bulk up once again. Now I'm at +2 again, which is beautiful for me. But I'm out of my sub. And I know he's going to switch this turn, so I'm just going to go for the sub one more time as he goes into his Darmanitan. Now, this Darmanitan scares me because this time I know he's going to go for the Flare Blitz. I'm behind the sub. He needs to take the sub out. There's no way he's going to go for the U-turn. And even if I wasn't behind the sub, he'd go for the Flare Blitz anyway because my Hypno-chan is set up once again. So, he gets hit by recoil damage after knocking out my sub, and I take it out with the Drain Punch. And this Drain Punch heals me up so much. It heals me up to almost full health, and after Leftovers Recovery, I believe I do get up to full health. So now I know that since the Darmanitan's gone, nothing on his team can one-shot me. Other than the Gligar, of course, if it is carrying the Acrobatics Flying Gem. But he decides to send out Cobalion, which is beautiful, because I know I can take any hit from this Cobalion as he goes for the Flash Cannon, which surprisingly does a lot more damage than I thought. However, I go for the sub immediately after it, So he's forced to stay and go for the flash cannon, knock out my sub, or go out to Glider. He decides to stay in, and I'm able to hit the drain punch on the Cobalion and take out the Cobalion, which was the only other thing that can hit me hard. Now, his only real answer to my Hypnotron now is my Glider. His Glider, and that's if he's carrying that acrobatics, like I keep on saying. But if he doesn't carry the acrobatics, then I can just stay in and ice punch it, and I'm set. I'm set to sweep. However, I'm not going to take that chance because, like I said, he still has that Spiritomb, which I know I can set up off of, and a Zoroark. So I'm going to send out my Ambipom, predicting either Stealth Rocks or Toxic. And luckily for me, he does go for Toxic because I just wanted some nice residual damage on him before I sent out something. I didn't want my Feraligatr to get Toxic, so that's exactly why I went to Ambipom first. Now, I'm going to fake out him. Luckily, I get a crit. It does a decent amount of damage, and I go for the U-turn, which obviously does nothing because it's against the Glider. And I send out Feraligatr this turn as she goes for Stealth Rocks. Now, I have a choice. Dragon Dance and risk the Toxic, or go straight for Ice Punch. I decide to go straight for Ice Punch, knock out that Glider, because now, with that Glider gone, nothing on his team can stop my Hypnotron. All he has is a Porygon 2, which will die to a +2 Drain Punch, a Spiritomb, which can't touch me, and a Zoroark, which would die to a +2 Drain Punch. So either way, I'm fine. However, I go out to Ambipom against this Porygon 2, and I say it like that because I noticed that it didn't have downloaded when it was sent out, which means it is the Zoroark in disguise, and as you will see, that fake out does more than half damage to his health, and it reveals to me that he is indeed, in fact, the Zoroark. Now I'm free to go for the U-turn, because at this range of health, the U-turn will definitely kill that Zoroark, and if he decides to switch, I can get switch initiative. So I want to go switch out by using U-turn on the Porygon 2. It doesn't do anything because Porygon 2 is bulky as crap, and I go out into my Victorine. And these Atchbell lovers would understand that reference. I was watching earlier today. It was funny. But I'm the Choice Banded Victini, which means that a Choice Banded V-Create will kill anything on his team. Luckily for me, he decided to stay in with this Porygon 2. So now his only wall that can actually do anything to me is gone. So he has a wall that can't touch me, and a pretty low health Zoroark that could definitely die to Ambipom any time of the day. So I'm going to sit here and say, you know what, Victini, you did your job. You go away. I don't need you anymore. Because I can just send out Victini now and go for the U-turn. If he decides to stay in, well, he dies. If he decides to switch, well, I can go out to Hypnotron and start setting up. So either way, I won the game, basically, at this point. He can't touch that Hypnotron. This Ambipom is giving me switch initiative, which is beautiful. So, like I said, I'm going to go on to Hypnotron. And I'm going to sit here and set up my substitute. And really, this is all unnecessary. It's basically just me subbing up, setting up, and then hitting him with ice punches to win the rest of the game. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit right here, just so y'all can see the ending. Anyway, yeah, I'm just sitting over here trying to just kill him off right now. He's being really resilient. He goes for the U-turn. He's just killing himself off of Life Orb, but isn't obviously not going to take out my sub. And I'm just free to go for the Ice Punch on the Spiritomb until it dies. So, tell me how you guys like this team I have. It's not a legit team, but I'm thinking about changing it up a little bit, but keeping the Hypnotron because I really like it. If y'all have any ideas of what we might do on the channel, just tell us. We're always up for suggestions, and if you guys ever want to battle me, then you can always hit me up on Smogan Wi-Fi Battle Finder PO. You can inbox me on the channel, and I will come after you. It's funny because I got the freeze on the Spiritomb. He was raging when that happened. He was like, "I lost anyway. Come on," but whatever. Now he's gonna go for the low kick, take out my sub, but it's game over. So I can just go for the drain punch. So that's good game craft. Anyway, like I was saying before, just hit me up if y'all ever want to battle. I'm game. As long as we have fun. You don't even have to have that much skill. Just have fun. Anyway, I'm RG Madao, and I will see y'all later.